Hey, welcome to Travel Tuesday Happy Hour, where we interview dope people doing dope things with one thing in common, the love for travel. We have a great guest lined up. Grab a drink, stay tuned. What's going on, travel fam? If you ever thought about starting a podcast, check out Anchor. Anchor is free. Anchor will provide you tools to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. Anchor will also distribute your podcast to multiple streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. Everything you need right in one app. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
And him and the beautiful young lady from Melanin by Nature came together and did some dope packages that brought the motherland back home. Brought the motherland back to the United States and made sure that people got some dope packages. I've been rocking their blacker, and blackest, their group economics. So tell us who you are, brother, and what do you do?
My name is John, professionally known as John Chisholm. My company is Culturally Focused, as Paige, talked about. We specialize really in apparel, but it's also a collaborative economy. So it gives, Black vendors and Black creatives an opportunity to come together and work on, strategic partnerships. So that's what we focus on at Culturally Focused. That's my bread and butter. That's my dream right there. But on a daily basis, I'm a recruiter here in Baltimore working for a nonprofit organization.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. So, John, what got you into traveling in the first place?
You want to know what? Between people like yourself and a couple of my frat brothers, I always see people, traveling around the country and around the world, per se. So it was a trip that came up from Ghana. And Rick, one of my frat brothers, Rick, he always messes with me like, oh, you don't travel. And I'm like, yo, I don't care. Whatever happens, I'm going to make it to Ghana. And
you were the MVP for this trip.
Hey, man,
let me tell you, people,
you.
This man went to the consulate like 30 times in DC and got like 100 people's visas because they just wasn't giving them out in New York. So much appreciated to you, brother. I just had to throw out your service status out there, bro.
Nah, I appreciate that. Because I did all that out of kindness of my heart because it's like, if I was in that same situation, I hope people would have looked out for me too. But, that trip to Ghana, pretty much just set me off. And it was like, man, I just got to travel the world. I see some people in the comments saying, oh, one trip, now he's a traveler. It's like, no, I'm turned on to traveling now, okay, guys? Like,
don't let them get to you, bro. Stay focused. They're bots. Don't pay attention to those bots. They're trying to take you away from your time because you got a platform. We want to make sure that you talk. So I appreciate that. Like I said, like that trip to Ghana was very eye-opening. So what from that trip from Ghana like kind of sparked additional need to travel?
It was really just seeing first off, the trip to Ghana just exposed me to, Black people in a different element. I was always used to seeing, the African Americans. So going to Ghana gave me more of a hunger to see more in the African diaspora. And it really sparked that, which sparked some of the trips, kind of that I had planned to go on in the future. But it really just gave me a spark. Like, I got to travel the country. I want to see more of my people, in various different parts of the world.
So that's dope. And I want to transition that. And, our brother Kwame, who may jump on shortly, just to say hi and jump off. One of the things he kept enforcing in us was that, welcome home. Thank you for having you. Thank you for coming. From that experience to what we're going on today, right? Tell us, how did it feel, one, to be so accepted back in the motherland, and then two, a few months later, to see such disregard for our lives, right? Not just Black men, but Black women, people of different genders, gender orientations or whatever they, people may consider themselves. Like, how does it feel to go from such a accepting and welcoming culture to such, dismissive and lack of?
It's discouraging. It hurts. More so because of the way that Africa was portrayed to us as well. Once you actually get to the continent, it's such a loving, peaceful, vibrant, high energy environment. So being there and just, being accepted, not feeling like, you got to look over your shoulder everywhere you go, was a very, very embracing and a very good feeling to have. It's an experience that, money or words can't put into, into anything really. Now, going there and then coming back here and going through the COVID, going through, the constant police brutality that we have, it reinforces to me personally that it's like, we have to be comfortable at times knowing that there are other places on this world that will accept us. The situation that we stay in here, in America, we can leave it at any time. There are alternative options in this world, people that are looking for us to come home. And, as you talked about Kwame was one of those people that was just embracing and showing us the culture and saying, hey, like the abuse that you're experiencing there, you could come home, come be with us, come build your organizations and your business. So I would say that it just hurts. It hurts. It hurts that we were lied to for so long, and it hurts that our people are still in this situation, not realizing that we have a home that we all could go to, and still be our best selves.
So tell us a little bit more about Culturally Focused. One of the things that I'm all about supporting us. You guys came back with a vengeance, right? You came back with such material that, and this is stuff you were already doing, but having gone to Africa, Culturally Focused, taking on the next level. It looks like your mind opened up beyond consciousness. Tell us about that.
So one of the main things, when I was planning this trip to Ghana, it was like, I really, really want to go, but I want to go to make not just for the fun, but to indulge in the culture. And while I was there, like I was so enamored, energized by what I saw there that I was like, I want other people to have a piece of this. You may not necessarily be able to get the experience, but knowing that you're able to support people back at home in Ghana, in Africa, I wanted to be able to give people that opportunity here in the States. So while I was there, I was able to, create some of those partnerships and also partner with Melanin by Nature to bring, some of that culture here to our African brothers in the diaspora in the country, opportunity to experience what they're missing, and also to drive a conversation around, going back to Africa, giving back, and being willing not to take what media shows you Africa is and having that experience on your own. So that was one thing. And then also, once again, while I was there, I was, given an opportunity to see Black people together, Black people unified. So it was like, these are more conversations that I wanted to bring back to the States. Like, let's talk more about unity. Let's talk more about group economics, because while we was there, it seemed like everybody had a hustle. Everybody had a business. It was no hating. It was no hating. Like, it was like, yo, you get yours, I'm going to get mine. And it's like everybody was selling the same stuff, but it was like, it was more of like a community. Like, you get what you get, I'm gonna get what I get. It's enough to go around. So that kind of sparked my idea to create, to kind of switch Culturally Focused over into a platform that focused on, collaboration over competition and more of a group economics standpoint. So yeah,
that's amazing. And so you also got this talking. What's the name of your Monday?
Talking Black, I do that with Alexis on Monday at 7 p.m. And we talk about anything that's relevant, to the culture. There's a couple posts on my page, from, all the lives that we've had. It's been about 9 episodes that we've done so far, so definitely check us out. But yeah, Talking Black every Monday at 7 is definitely a cool thing to check out.
So what triggered that, if you don't mind me asking?
I think we just saw a lack of platforms that talked about everyday issues. Not only do we want to hear people talk about, the the relevant topics, but let's talk about things that are hurting our culture as well, and not only the problem but solutions to it. So we've had conversations about relationships. We've had conversations about colorism. We've had conversations about the gap between the old generation and the new generation when it comes to politics. So it's multiple different type of conversations that we didn't see was going on, on podcasts and lives. It was like, let's bring it to the people. And that's what we've been doing now for about the past 2-3 months. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So what are some projects that you have coming up that you want people to note, that, hey, whether it be to collab with Melanin by Nature, or your collab direct to Ghana, your collab just doing your own things, or working with other groups?
So definitely one of the big things I'm working on is continuing to add brands to Culturally Focused. So anybody that's out there, if you're a Black vendor or a Black creator, we are looking to add brands, underneath the Culturally Focused umbrella that focuses on strategic partnerships, the collaboration over competition aspect. So that's a big one for me. My goal is to pick up at least 10 new brands by the end of the year. Right now we have 4, so we got 6 more to go. So if you're someone out there that's interested in that, holler at me. This right here is actually one of the shirts from one of my brands, Culture as Fuck from Trippin'. Partnered with somebody there. So, I'm going to rep the brand as well. So that's one thing. The second thing is continuing to build with Melanin by Nature. We're constantly bringing back goods and products from Ghana, so definitely check us out. It's not only an opportunity to support us, it's an opportunity to support, our family and friends, our brothers and sisters back over in Ghana. And then thirdly is just being more of an advocate and an activist for the change that, we want to see, especially with a lot of the protests. And I've been to Philly, I've been to DC, I've been to Baltimore, talking about those messages. So, that's really the top 3 things that I have on my to-do list right now.
All right, cool. So, they were joking on you being the Ghana on your first trip, right?
Yeah.
With that experience, what did you learn that you feel like you can share with somebody making that first trip out the country?
Just do it. Just do it, man. So many times we make excuses. Everyone thinks traveling is expensive. And it's like, traveling is not expensive if you plan properly. The same amount that you're spending on shoes, going out to eat, you can literally be putting that to the side, in the bank in a traveling fund. So just do it. I encourage everyone first to go back to Africa. That was my thing. I didn't want to go any other country without going to Africa first. But just do it, man. Make a plan. Pick a place on the map and just go. Don't make excuses and just plan it out and go. It's more expensive when you wait till the last minute. But if you plan out, 5-6 months in advance, you'll get it done. You will.
So do you think college student you versus you today would have still made this trip, or it took you till now to make this trip?
Yeah, it took me to now. I think I visited Ghana, when I was mentally prepared and financially prepared. College was a little struggle at times. But I think things work out in time and you learn from it. So I don't know if college me would have made the trip, but grown me that definitely was with it. So yeah.
All right, man. Much appreciated, bro. Like I said, tell us when your live is.
Hey, live with Melanin by Nature is every Monday at 7 p.m. Talking Black. All right, tap in with us and check us out.
All right, appreciate you, bro.
Hey, I appreciate you.
You know what I mean? And keep up the great work, man.
Hey, let me give you your roses real quick, though, dog. Like, you've been doing the thing, man. Your happy hour is booming. You're getting good people on here to have good conversations, and you're driving the culture forward in your own way. And that's much respect. And make sure, you keep doing what you're doing. And
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you, dog.
All right, bro. Take care.
All right, holla at you.
Peace. All right.
Another dope conversation. Keep traveling and stay safe. Until next time, peace.